Check the contactor label and align the coil and load terminals so the coil side faces the control wiring and the load side follows the compressor or fan wiring path. A one-pole contactor in a Goodman unit must be installed so the coil terminals are oriented toward the control circuit and the power or load terminals are aligned with the high current path to the compressor or fan. First, remove power and verify 0 voltage at the unit using a meter. Inspect the contactor housing for manufacturer markings such as coil, load, line, or terminal icons and match those to the unit wiring diagram, usually found on the control panel or inside the service panel. If markings are absent, identify the coil by its smaller gauge wires, typically coming from the thermostat or control board, and the load terminals by the heavier lugs for the compressor or fan motor. Mount the contactor so the wire bends are smooth and do not place strain on terminals, keeping control wires on one side and power conductors routed directly to the load to minimize loop length. Tighten terminal screws to the specified torque indicated by the contactor manufacturer or use common industry practice for the conductor size, and always recheck connections after an initial run to ensure no looseness or arcing. Common mistakes are reversing coil and load connections, which can energize the coil incorrectly and prevent the contactor from switching. Correct this by tracing and labeling the small control conductors and the large supply conductors before disconnecting anything. Another issue is poor mechanical orientation that forces sharp wire bends or pinches insulation, which leads to chafing and short circuits. Solve this by positioning the contactor to allow natural wire routing and using terminal boots or grommets where wires pass metal. A third concern is relying only on visual inspection without measuring. Avoid this by testing coil continuity and verifying line and load voltages with a meter before and after energizing the circuit. BigHomeProjects.com helps homeowners find trusted local contractors, and contractors find work by listing local pros and letting users share real project experiences. We host an active discussion community where we and other members exchange installation tips, ask questions, and post photos so homeowners and contractors can learn from each other.